All right, let's dive into one of the most critical laws of power, reputation. We're talking about an invisible asset, something that can be more intimidating than an army and way more valuable than gold. And we're about to see just how powerful it is through some absolutely incredible stories from history.
Okay, just imagine this for a second. Put yourself in this situation. You have 150,000 enemy soldiers marching towards your city. And what do you have to defend it? 100 men. That's it. You're outnumbered 1,500 to 1. It's a hopeless situation, right? Surrender seems like the only option. But what if there was another way? A way to win without even fighting?
Well, this wasn't just some thought experiment from one of China's greatest military minds, General Chuko Liang. During the chaotic War of the Three Kingdoms, he found himself in a tiny town with just a handful of soldiers, watching this massive enemy force just appear on the horizon. So what does he do? Something completely insane. He tells his few soldiers to go hide. He throws open the main city gates, and he orders them to take down all their battle flags. He's basically putting out a welcome mat for the enemy. And if you thought that was strange, it gets weirder. As this colossal army arrives, led by his arch-rival Sima Yi, Liang just calmly walks up to the top of the wall, lights some incense, sits down, and starts playing his lute. So what happens? The enemy general, Sima Yi, a brilliant commander in his own right, he takes one look at this bizarre scene and orders his entire army to turn around and retreat at full speed. And that right there is the million-dollar question. I mean, what on earth just happened? It obviously wasn't about the loot, or the open gates, or the tiny group of hidden soldiers. No, it was about something way, way more powerful. And this brings us right to the heart of it. Reputation as a weapon. We're talking about how a carefully built image, a perception, can do what an entire army never could. See, your reputation is the very foundation of your power. It's not just, what people think of you. With a strong enough reputation, you can win before the battle even begins. But the moment it slips, the second it gets damaged, you become an open target. And this is the key to that whole crazy story. Sima Yi didn't just see a man playing a lute. No. He saw the sleeping dragon. He saw the man who was famous for his brilliant deceptions and his elaborate, inescapable traps. The calm demeanor, the open gates, it all screamed ambush. Sima Yi was so terrified of Chuko Liang's reputation that he didn't dare risk finding out if it was all just a bluff. Okay, so if a reputation has that much power, the obvious next question is, how do you build one? Well, the thing is, you don't leave it up to chance. You have to construct it, piece by piece, like a fortress. And here's the secret. Focus. Don't try to be known for everything under the sun. Instead, you build your entire reputation around a single outstanding quality. Make that one thing your calling card, the thing everyone knows you for. I mean, just think about some of these legends. Erwin Rommel, the desert fox, had such a reputation for cunning that enemy cities would literally evacuate even when he was outnumbered 5 to 1. Casanova's reputation as a master seducer did all the work for him. And when Henry Kissinger walked into a room, his reputation as a brilliant diplomat made peace deals feel almost inevitable. In every single case, their reputation did the heavy lifting. Now, let's flip the coin. This law isn't just about defense, it's also about offense. So how do you attack a rival's reputation? To figure that out, we're going to look at the master showman himself, P.T. Barnum. Barnum was an absolute genius at this. Early on, when he was a nobody, he went after his rival, Peale's Museum, by planting subtle rumors about their finances. And that's a brilliant weapon, because even if they deny it, that little seed of doubt is already planted. But later, once Barnum himself was a huge success, he switched his tactics to ridicule, staging these hilarious parodies that made his rival look old and totally out of touch. But you've got to be careful. This is a delicate game. Barnum's subtle approach worked like a charm, but now look at Thomas Edison's campaign against Nikola Tesla. Edison used straight-up slander, staging these crude public stunts to discredit Tesla's technology. The attacks were so vicious, so ugly, that they actually ended up damaging Edison's own reputation more than Tesla's. The lesson? You can't go too far. And this leads to an absolutely crucial point. Your reputation is the lens through which everyone judges your actions. It's not about what you do, it's about how people perceive what you do. This quote from La Fontaine just nails it. The court of public opinion isn't objective. It's not fair. It will look at the exact same action and call it heroic one day and villainous the next, depending entirely on the reputation of the person doing it. Take this old story about a courtier named Mitsu Shia. He was the ruler's absolute favorite. One day, he's eating a peach, thinks it's delicious, and gives the rest of it to the ruler. Now, because Mitsu Shia had such a great reputation, the ruler saw this as an act of incredible love and devotion. But then, fast forward, rivals have smeared Mitsushiya's name and his reputation is ruined. The ruler, now angry with him, remembers that very same incident with pure fury. Now, that half-eaten peach is seen as a disgusting insult. Same action, same peach. The only thing that changed was his reputation, and that changed everything. And this all brings us to the final, and maybe the most sobering reality of this law. There is no escaping the game of reputation. You just can't. Nietzsche's insight here is just so powerful. Think about it. A bad conscience is a private thing. It's between you and you. But a bad reputation, that's a public verdict. It follows you everywhere you go and changes how the entire world deals with you. And that's really the final verdict on this law. There's no reversal. You can't opt out. You can't just decide that reputation doesn't matter to you, because one will be created for you whether you like it or not. So by not caring how you're perceived, you're not being free. You're actually surrendering. You're handing control of your own story over to everyone else, your friends, your rivals, your enemies. If you want to be the master of your fate, you have to be the master of your reputation. So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Right now, at this very moment, in rooms you aren't even in, your reputation is speaking for you. It's either opening doors or slamming them shut. It's your silent defender or your harshest critic. The only question you have to ask yourself is, what is it saying?